Happy Friday, happy March Madness, opening day for the women's. Welcome back to Grade A Power Plays here on the Grade A Fantasy channel. I'm your boy, Grade A Fantasy. Welcome back, and let's recap last night. It was a solid night, very solid night. We got Jack Eichel, Noah Hannafin, Pavel Dorofeyev, power play point. We got Hannafin. This was the night that I didn't do, and it would have been even better. We got Hannafin point, Hannafin assist. I forgot what it was for 2 points. I don't think I marked that down. I did not have that down in my notes as I'm looking now. But yeah, nice solid night there. We got the Jason Zucker power play. We got Tage Thompson. We hit the Brady Shea mini ladder. He ended up with 6. I think FanDuel only had him up to 4. Sometimes they do end up cutting people off. Seth Jones in a tight game. They got a power play point in overtime out of all places. So Seth Jones power play point, Seth Jones assist. And then, of course, Nico Hischier, Timo Meier, Cousins, and Batherson. That combo didn't work. But for the 7th out of 8 times since he's been on the team, Dylan Cousins scores a point. What does that mean? Expect his next one to either be even money, plus 102, or he's going to be like minus 102, minus 107, minus 105, something like that. Books, as the way this is trending, the books have finally caught on. They're definitely catching on. Because it was just a couple of days ago when I keep talking about Batherson, I keep hitting that combo, and then on top of that, it's like a double win because I was getting him at plus 138, plus 132, plus 128. When he first got to Ottawa, he was sniffing about plus 150 around that time, high 140s. But let's get into today's one-game action. This video shouldn't be too long, so let's get right into it. Now, this is expected to be a high-scoring game, but what's interesting is the fact that the total has gone down as the day has gone on. This did open 6.5. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this game did change up a bit. Did it change? No, it's still 6.5. Some books, though, are dropping from what I'm seeing is 6, if I'm not mistaken. I do see 6.5 on DraftKings. I think ESPN Bet still has it at 6.5, so on and so forth. Slightly different variations on the odds and stuff like that. And the money lines are just about equal. But you got a struggling Columbus team who, if you expect to get out of their funk, it's just this will be the game to do it. You got Pittsburgh, who's 4th in shots allowed, but on the opposite side, it's mainly a one-line offensive, in a way, a juggernaut. There's days that first line piles up points amongst each other, and Columbus has been giving up a lot more penalties. They have been giving up a lot more on the penalty kill. So whether you pick whoever's going to win, this game should have some scores. Now, if you ask me, if the struggles continue, I see this being, and like I said, Pittsburgh is a bad defense. I mean, they can't play no defense at all. The only decent defensive line is the Crosby line. After that, defensemen don't really hold much weight on defense. And the rest, and their depth is not good at defense at all, which is why when they jumped up 2-0, not only did the Islanders of all teams come back against them, I hit a Paul Murray plus 128 over 2.5 shots. And the Islanders have a very struggling offense and a very ugly style of game. So Columbus being a better team, they're just not playing as well right now. But if there's anything, this is the spot you would think Columbus will bounce back. But let's go into the picks and why do I have them. Once again, you got Blue Jackets at Pens. This is the third and final meeting. Blue Jackets won earlier back in December. This is when the Blue Jackets started their ascension. It was like, oh, this is a team to be messed with a solid 6-2 victory. Then they went post-New Year's, a few days after New Year's? It was definitely early January. Went to Pittsburgh and beat them 4-3. Now it's tonight, third and final game. So let's get right into it. I doubt if these are the same, but Ricardo Rakell for over 2.5 plus 100. If Crosby's not shooting, he's my favorite shot artist on that top line. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss when I just can't figure those guys out sometimes. But against a struggling defense. And like I said, even when they were winning, Columbus is not a juggernaut defense. They play good defense. But the Penguins' top line should be able to not only go against their top line, but have the manipulation and have the ability to manipulate the matchups and get some second and third line matchups. Plus, we all know that top line is purely correlated, perfectly correlated. So there should be some extra opportunities there because Columbus is jumping into that penalty kill is what, sub 75 if I'm not mistaken right now. And it's just it's just both of these defenses are bad, so that's why we should at least expect the same thing. First game total 8, second game total 7. I mean, if anything, if this game doesn't go over, I think this is one of those where it just misses. It's still a good scoring game, like 4-2 or something like that. I don't think we're gonna get like what happened with Toronto and Colorado, where it was a exciting 2-1 matchup. These defenses are too bad for that. Both teams goaltending. It's just something that they're. But like I said, if they don't score, it doesn't stop these guys from generating. Ricardo Kell 2.5 plus 100. I got Marchenko because I had to find somebody with some nice plus odds, and guess what? Marchenko plus 106 for over 2.5 shots. The Pens are the fourth. They give up the fourth most shots. They give up the fourth most shots in the league. So, like I said, generation. We hit it with Paul Murray. Why not hit it with Kirill Marchenko? And I think if I'm not mistaken too, yes, they're different teams, but they're both wingers. I think they both play on the right side, if I'm not mistaken. But we're taking another 2.5, and then also, this is something that would early in the season, in the middle of the season, even at the beginning of the losing streak, because it's been bad. I think in 7 games they probably have like a total of 5 goals in total. I think in their last 7 in general, Blue Jackets only have 7, maybe 6 goals in total. But there was a time that Zach Werenski probably would have started off at 3.5. He's over 2.5 minus 156. Not the best, sure, but if you give him a mini ladder, and yes, I checked, they're only giving him up. Let's actually check that game. As you can see here, I'm doing a mini ladder with Werenski because just the other day, not only did we get Paul Murray, but in that loss, and like I said, out of all teams, when the Islanders came back on them, Noah Dobson ended up with 4 shots, 2 misses. Adam Pellich had 5 shots, 2 misses. Even Mike Riley on the Islanders had 4 shots, no misses. So I think, and Werenski's better than all those guys. So yes, I think it's easy to say mini Werenski ladder. To get to 4 shots is plus 168. There was a time that over 3.5 shots was probably like minus 115, minus 125 for Werenski. So let's take advantage of this pricing with the losing streak. And let's go to the cover sheet. The Pens lines are set. They've been off. They set up new power play lines, a couple of switches in the line combinations. And Matt Grzelcyk is now on power play 1. It's worth a shot because, 1, the penalty kill is so bad and Columbus is giving up so many penalties. Pittsburgh, kind of like the Islanders, don't really have a really good power play. But with high-powered offense like this, and with a slumping defense, bad goaltending, I think it's worth the risk. Now, you see Grzelcyk for an assist plus 230, plus 172. Let's tap in on that game. And first off, let's go back to the shots because I think they're only going up to 5 shots here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 5 shots on goal, and it's Werenski, Crosby, Rush, Raquel. So basically Pittsburgh won, and the guys that I like for shooting, Werenski and Marchenko. So possibilities are there. But the thing is, when we go to points and assists, they still have Erik Karlsson, and Erik Karlsson's not, now he's running the second power play, but he's not running the top power play with Crosby, Rush, and Raquel. Hopefully, I haven't done any power play props yet, but both ways, the power plays do look solid. Even though Pittsburgh doesn't have the best power play, they're going against a slumping defense and a slumping power play. Columbus, Pens don't commit that many penalties, but they're also victim of bad penalty kill. So when you have the lowest at plus 220 being Sidney Crosby, and then you got people that's on PP1 like Adam Fantilli at plus 420, then yeah, this is this is definitely a good power play spot. I will definitely be sprinkling those. You got to check those out. I mean, there was times in the season also where Werenski was getting like the Mikko Rantanen and Nathan McKinnon treatment at one point for a power play point. Werenski's now back at plus 260. There was a time he was in the low 200 plus 195s. So definitely great power play opportunities there. Can't parlay them, but if you get Werenski to a plus 360 Marchenko and a 420 Fantilli, you'll be happy with that. Obviously, the highest is plus 550 Boone Jenner, but Boone Jenner has been moved. I think, yes, Boone Jenner, no. Was that the move? Yes, Boone Jenner was moved to the second power play unit because they got Ken Johnson up there. It used to be Boone Jenner, now it's Ken Johnson. So, great power play opportunity there. But, yeah, I mean, it should be an interesting game. Since March 1st, basically, that's a few days after the break, Pens have 8 power play goals while giving up 5. So, not horrific, but not great either. I don't know. It the way games are going and the way I'm starting. Yes, does this have the ability to disappoint? Yeah, because it's one bad team versus a team that was ascending and now descending rapidly. But yeah, I think this is one of those games that if it does go bad, it's a 3-2, 4-2 kind of thing. These defenses are not that good, and neither whoever Pittsburgh throws in that goalie and Nedeljkovic was confirmed, both goalies have an over 3 average. So this definitely has a 4-2, 3-2 feel if it's two ugly teams that just really can't get nothing going. But not only will I be watching this, but once again, I also said I'll be prepping lineups because I will be playing a single game on FanDuel today. So good luck tonight. Good luck this weekend. Good luck on your brackets, men's and women's side of the NCAA. And time for me to get ready for NASCAR as well once I'm done with this. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. This is Grade A Fantasy signing off.